Namaste. I hope you are all fine at home. Today, let us take a look at the kinds of services that we come across in the economy. There are basically three types of classification of services. You can have a look here: business services, social services, and personal services. Now, let us study in detail. This is given in the notes. Detailed notes is given. Now only we'll have here discussion. What is the meaning of business services? You know that the most basic definition would be services that support the daily functioning and activity of any business, but is not a commodity. It should not be a commodity, but activities should support the business. Take, for example, take here IT services. In this day and age, every business requires technological setup. The people who provide IT support to a business are providing a services in exchange for consideration. IT services nowadays we want, take for example, nowadays we are buying and selling through some on virtual in the virtual platform. Take for example Amazon, very virtual, very popular platform it is. There we can buy and sell. So IT technology is required. Not only that, if you go to hotel also, your bills are generated in the computers. If you go to any this one class stores, there also bills are generated. So then obviously nowadays neither yeah, maybe it is a medium scale business or small scale business or maybe very large scale business. There is a need of IT services. So IT services are provided by the technically expert. Then for that he gets the consideration, maybe in the form of fees or salary. Depends on the organization. If he is a permanent employee, he will be given salary. Only time being, he if he provides the service, then he will be paid fees and all this like this. So there are other similar business services also that any business enterprise may require for the smooth functioning and management of its activities. So many others are there. Some such services are banking, maybe warehousing, insurance, communication, or any transport. So many other, so many services you can find. Okay. Then next service is personal service. Then what is a personal service? We'll see. Personal services are commercial activities that are provided to individuals according to their individualistic needs. The services here is extremely personalized to the customer. So there can be no uniformity in the services. That you have to remember. The service provider will alter his service according to the personal needs of each customer. Uniform service you don't get. Personal needs. So personal needs of every customer differs, and here, as per the needs of the customer, the service provider gives the service. Even though service provider single person, he cannot give the same service or uniform service to all the customers those who visit him. Okay. Let us see some examples of here personal services. Or they are maybe catering service, hotel and accommodation, maybe medicine, or any kind of artistic endeavor like maybe painting, sculpting, or etc. So you will notice all these services fulfill personal needs of the customers. If you go to hotel, in again in the hotels you can find deluxe room, ordinary room like this. Or what kind of services, what food you need, that only orders. So food ordered by you will not be the same like others, right? So obviously maybe it is a hotel, or even if you go to even hospital, the treatment from one person to another person differs. Even though the same person provides the service, but it differs from individual to individual. This is what here personal service we can say. Then third one is social service. Now let us see what is social service here. When we are talking about types of services, we come to social services definitely, right? So these are essential public services. Essential public services we get very essential also for the economy also as well as for the individual also. They are provided by the governments, remember, or some other non-profit organizations. These services aim to achieve some equality in the society. Equality in the society by providing the backward sections with the help they need for remote areas and all this infrastructure development. So extension of help or assistance to remote villages, all these they do because here the government aimed at what here, they aimed at providing good service to all the members of the citizens because they're all equal in the eyes of the law and the government. Equality purpose. So our own home may be different. Our own home may be big or small, depends on our capacity. But the roads on which we walk will not be here based on our capacity. Those who are rich, for them bigger road will not be there. Those who are poor, for them no roads will not be there like that because it is provided by the government. So equalities, it is right, na? Equality it gives. Whatever government actually it should be, I am telling, the whatever the government service we get, it should be equal to all because we all belongs to same country. We are all citizens of the nation. That's why whatever you may be a poor or maybe a rich or middle class, irrespective of all these, the same equality or same services must be provided to each and every citizen of the nation. Right? So that's why nowadays government or even some NGOs they are giving importance to develop the underdeveloped sections of the community. The service is not provided for a profit motive, but as a social cause. They don't make any profit. Maybe profit may be there. See, when you are using roads, then you can smooth here. There is a smooth transportation facility will be there. So all facilities may be extended to that particular place. That maybe one day the economy may get, but by providing that particular service government doesn't get any profit, but instead remember they are providing social service. It is all these services are provided only for the social cause. The social services include services in the sector of education. Compulsory education nowadays it's there up to here 14 years. There is a compulsory education. Then sanitization is there, sanitation. Then medical facility, government hospitals and all these are there. Housing, so Kudko Yojane, so many yojanas are there. They are what are mainly they are focusing on the here backward people or those who are poor people. So nowadays it is made compulsory according to Pradhan Mantri. One yojana is there. Here before to here before 2022 all must have their own house. That is scheme is there. So women are there here given at a discounted rate housing loan and all this. When women are getting the housing loan based on the that what their income 2 to 3 lakhs concession will be there. That are only because they want to have the here have all the citizens of the nation their own house, their own home. That's why that is the intention. With that intention, so here social services are yeah, rendered or being extended. Okay, these are the different types of services. You can see some are here in different ways. Also, you can classify. So you can go through there any some reference book also for that purpose, or you can then I may give you such um, classifications. Okay, now let us see what are the advantages of services. So always you remember, the services even for the products maybe goods. There are in the goods, there are advantages and there are disadvantages also. Every product will not be 100% perfect or 100% they are not harmful. So we have to find, we have to see what are the advantages or what are the disadvantages of each and every product, maybe a goods or service. Now let us see broadly what are the advantages of these services. So service marketing has grown exponentially over the past decade because of the variety of benefits it offers to companies. So here, some of the benefits of service marketing include, first thing is here what you have taken is continuous sales. When service marketing focuses on meeting the needs of customers, it causes repeated sales. Happy customers come back for another purchase. So, for example, you can see a customer who has a saving account with the Citibank and is happy with the services such as online banking, phone banking, etc., will go to Citibank to apply for the loan, right? The Citibank service marketing efforts translate to what are translate into higher sales. Continuous sales is there. So again, even in our not only banks, even small grocery shop also, if they are giving very good service, whatever the cost, sometimes some businesses maybe cost maybe same in all the shops, but some here what are the businesses, they provide very good service and some will be very rude in their behavior. Then even though if your prices are same, but we go to the shop where the services are better, where they are polite, where they give your home delivery, where packaging systems are very good, where all these we see. So that's what various facilities what they extend. Based on that, we visit the shops, right? Then next, advantage is here reviews and verbal. So a happy customer is here likely to spread the word about his or her experience to many. So because that's why we say good mouth is a good advertisement. That's why if you go to any shop, they write in their business premise only. If you are satisfied, tell others. If you are not satisfied, tell us. Why it is so? If you are satisfied, tell others means you see will be you are very happy, so you can spread the good messages. Then obviously they get here much customers. If you are unhappy, why you are unhappy? If you are not satisfied, you will be unhappy. Then you tell us because we can improve ourselves. That is the idea behind that. This is what happens here. Here, always a happy customer is likely to spread the word about his or her experience to many. That's why, again, you'll get here many more customers. Today, in the era of the internet and rapid communications, reviews play it plays an important role in deciding whether or not to buy a product. Always remember, negative reviews about product service are rapidly spreading. Always rumors, they spread easily, very rapidly. So, with the appropriate here in-service marketing strategies, companies can ensure that customers are satisfied with their positive experiences. You know that here even positive here whatever messages does not go in that much speed, that much speed. But always when negative comments are there, negative reviews are there, it goes so faster. So within a day it spreads to many people. Even when even whole world it spreads messages. That's why reviews and verbal, what review they make, what service in the all the customers they make the review of the service. Review means They find out, just they analyze, they comment on the service, and their verbal words. Verbal means here what they speak, it spreads like anything. That's why that here that is also when positives are there, it is very good to the business because it reaches many customers within no time because of the internet, and so many communication facilities are nowadays there. So it spreads the here extends your market within no time. Okay. Yes. Next is what I have written is contributing to economic growth. So this also service marketing is particularly beneficial to developing countries. Developing countries, not it is yes, it's better. It provides an opportunity to showcase their skills and commitment to quality when it comes to services. By applying proper service marketing strategies, companies can gain customers' trust, nationality. This leads to an increase in employment levels, an increase in foreign exchange reserves, an increase in exports and GDP. Okay, now. So always remember contributing to economic growth. It means here economic growth means usually in the developing it because already developed countries they are satisfied, like they are contented. For them there is no much room to grow, but developing countries there are lots of space to grow in the economy. That's why there we can make use of here all the different strategies, how best we can here apply the different strategies. Strategy means plans, very strategic plans, very minute plans. We are going in deep and making the plans to attract the customers. So it increase the when here when we are through our service, when we gain the trust of the customers. So obviously what happens here, this leads to an increase in employment levels, right? Employment levels increase because when customers are more, obviously production will be more, services will be more. When employment level increases, and when in here increase is there in this one employment, obviously standard of living increase. Then when production of goods and services are more, we can go for even export also. Then when export is there, our foreign exchange reserve increases. Right? When you are exporting goods in the sense you are selling your excess goods to other countries. Then obviously what happens? We are going to get income for here in terms of, even we can receive in terms of foreign currency also. So we can keep the foreign currencies in the form of reserve. So foreign exchanges reserve is very important because to issue every currency, the currency issue of RBI is either backed by the gold or foreign reserves. So we can see to circulate more and more money, we want either the gold or foreign exchanges. So we can keep them. So we can circulate more and more money in the this economy. Then when exports here increases, obviously our income increase, our GDP gross domestic product increase. So like this is like cycle. If one increase, another here it leads to an increase in another aspect. Like this. Okay. Then next year here, last one is no inventory, no stock. Here, if stock is there, we have to protect it. If any goods is there, we have to maintain the warehouses, we have to protect them, we have to take care of, we have to safeguard them. Here, here fear of threat will be there, fear of fire will be there, all these will be, we have to go for insurance. But in service industries we no need to have all this because services cannot be stored at the time of service, only it is to be consumed. That's why there is no here chance of inventory. If the seller want to sell a service, usually don't have any inventory. He shouldn't have that. Instead of buying and selling products, the seller needs to convince the customer to take advantage of the ability to make their lives easier. Seller no need to manufacture, so no need of any production facility and don't have to wait on the products to be finished and inspected so one can sell them. This helps to focus on sales rather than inventory or manufacturing, right? No need of manufacturing the goods. That these are all the what we can say advantages of service industries or service sectors or service organizations. So because you remember one thing, no product is here, no product can escape from the disadvantages. Now let us see some disadvantages also. Every product has its own disadvantages. No product can escape from the disadvantages. When merits are there, obviously there must be demerits. Services are often, you know that services are often produced and consumed simultaneously. So what happens? Service here simultaneously when they are produced and consumed, service quality cannot be understood. Even customers who consume that, he also cannot understand the quality. What quality is to be attached to the service. So it creates here greatest challenge to the service industries. Okay. Then here for the services, trust is essential. So some level of trust must be established in the service organization and its people before the customers can engage in service. This is very important here in service industry. Trust is very important. Sometimes what happens, service offerings and their value are more important than the proposal. Service offering becomes more important. Then clients cannot see or touch service before buying them. When the services are provided, services cannot be touched and seen. And they cannot make selection also. Before they consume, they don't understand what kind of service it is. This makes services difficult to conceptualize and evaluate from the client's perspective, creating greater uncertainty and risk perception. It leads to uncertainty and risk here. Risk also, perceptions here differ also. No, same person here. What service you are here giving to one person, another person, if you give the same service also, satisfaction level will be different. So, from the company's perspective, the intangibility of these services can make services difficult to promote the quality control and set a price. So, it is intangible. Quality control, how it is possible? So, all the management cannot involve with the service provider. So, obviously, quality control, any heuristic we don't find here. So, how it is possible? Service providing is the greatest challenge. So because who is providing, he only knows what kind of service he is giving. How it is possible to control the services or so that I mean service quality. This is also disadvantage or challenge to the service marketing. Then brand marketing extends beyond. So brand in service business is about who you are as you say it. So brand is here what kind of people you are and how you are going to express. Like this, it is based on the basis of this only the brand is based. Remember, like external communications, internal brand management, and communications are equally important to marketing success here. So definitely, if you take for example, in nowadays because of the COVID situation, So many private schools are there. And anyhow, government schools, they can't demand any fees. Private schools, they demand fees from the parents. But they are here, even though here there is a lockdown, they demand fees because they are providing online services to the students. Apart from that, they have to give salary to the teachers, right? If they are not getting any fees from the students, how they give salary to teachers? They're also giving service. No, free of service, even though they are willing to give, but they must live. So how it is? Some here, some parents may be very good-hearted and kind enough and very knowledgeable. Then they may be ready to give the fees. But those who are miserable, very so they only think of themselves. Then they may deny. They may not agree to pay the fees. Then it is very difficult to the management. Even though there are even online classes are not as easy as offline class. Offline classes only just what now we are doing, that much only we can do. But on for the online classes, so many preparation we have to do prior to the class. We have to make the PPT, we have to make the notes, we have to write it down properly. Everything we have to make it consumes time. Daily offline class only if you go through once books and all the one or two three four books and have to make the notes, and in the classroom we can discuss with the students. And most of the time even student teachers get knowledge from the students also, because one head sorry 10 heads are better than one head, right? Even students, they are all degree students. As just now I'm telling, I'm teaching you, that's what I'm telling. They, you may be having lots of knowledge. If I get an idea from you, then my teaching will be easier. Very easily I can teach. But here only I am having only one head. What are my thoughts are there? What are my views are there? Only I have to make use of my own thought and use to express everything. So it make it difficult to the teachers also. Apart from that, even most of the parents, they are not ready to give the even school fees. What justice they give to their own teachers, their own children's teachers. So that's all. These are all the problems when here service marketing is there. So brand will be different, right? Those who want to see, some speak for of the this one school management. Some parents speak against the school management. All this takes place. Even we cannot here get any brand for the service marketing like this. Then next is creating active leadership generation is very difficult here. Many service companies have tried and failed to use lead generation strategies that work wonders for product companies. It's not possible so far. If it is implemented correctly, the traditional production techniques such as direct marketing and sales can work for services. But the spatial dynamics of how customers buy services should be here carefully tied into our strategy. So here, when traditional sales like visiting salesman door to door, all those it is maybe possible, not 100%, because it is everything is depends on the person's capacity. That's why it cannot be assured. So the service by what creating active leadership, it's not possible also. But then next is service providers often make sales. Service providers often make sales. No product companies have dedicated here sales force. In terms of services, sales are often split between sales marketing or professional and administrative staff. Sales always remember this is split. Only service provider they make often sales. This is also a drawback of this. The next is marketing and sales lose momentum. Marketing and sales lose momentum means most product companies are dedicated to marketers and sellers. They are dedicated to marketers and sellers. They continuously market and sell regardless of the amount of revenue they generate. Multiple services manage and deliver marketers and sellers in companies are provided. This often leads to a widespread switching between service revenue, roller coaster revenues, and job overflows and earnings and job drought. Okay, always here service providers make, sorry, marketing and sales here they don't get momentum here. They lose the momentum. The next is interest is still elusive. It means your employees bring more passion, spirit, buzz, and desire to the company every day, and you get more revenue and success. The relationship between employee interest and financial success is direct and measurable here. It is directly measurable. You should not be actually. Then difficult in valuation. The service business is harder. It is very hard to value than the product, I mean goods, manufacturing or retail company. Those business have inventory, equipment and other hard assets that have a value, right? You can start a service business with a phone and very little equipment, no need of much equipment. Even Amazon also such a big company, only they are creating the link between the buyer and sellers. They don't want any equipments or machinery or plant. So this, like this, for service industries, this makes a very it is a very simple startup. It can make for difficult valuation. Simple startup valuation is not where all the assets, liabilities, what we value at the end of the year. Valuation is not possible. Only it depends on your mental ability. So it failed here. Valuation is not possible. So you have to establish a track record of sales and some reliable sales projection to convince lenders of the value of your company. You have to lenders of the value of company to convince them. You have to some projection you have to do, sales projection, and then some what here sales record, track record, all these you have to maintain. Then only it is possible. Otherwise, it's not possible to value your service organizations. What is the value of this? It's very difficult because in the service organization, hardly we find any equipment, any machinery, or any manufacturing devices. Okay. Then last one is demand cutback. In this difficult economic times, consumers usually cut back on service. They don't expect. They focus on products they need to survive and prosper. They don't expect any service. They want product to survive or to live. And services are often looked upon as it's an extra. Service always is extra people. If home delivery is given, it's an extra apart from the product. They look in that angle. For example, a person who has been paying for oil changes, yeah, might decide to do his own oil changes to save money, right? Oil change. If you want to oil change the oil of a market, sorry, motorbike bike. So somebody, he one person uses somebody's help or some he makes somebody to work for him. If money shortage there, he can do for himself, right? You know, even if you instead of going to hotel, you can cook at home and you can eat. Then also, so you can save the money if you are thinking. Then what about hotel and all this? So like this happen. It happens, right? Like this always it happens in the society. A person who has been hiring a dog walker may decide that she can do the job by herself and save money. even foreign countries, and they take dog also for walking and all this. If she appoints somebody for this job, then they can remove them, and that job can be done by herself to save money. This also affects the service marketing. Then how? See, always it happens like that. So always demand cutback will be there. Most of the services, most of the people, they during some economic crisis and all this, they do for themselves in house. When you are using housemates and all this for household work, during this one COVID time, you can remove them and you can do by yourselves. Then that person who is removed, he becomes he or she becomes unemployed, but you can save money. That all possible is there. It's called demand cutback. Okay, these are all the some of the disadvantages of service organization or service marketing. So let us see other things in the next period. Okay, thank you. Until then, in the next video, we'll meet. Yes, take care.